just this last year. Obviously, the vehicle shopping rule or the cars rule, that's kind of the shiny thing in the water right now. Everybody's waiting to see what ends up happening, as that kind of works its way through the court system. But we put on a webinar to try to help educate dealers. Something's going to come out of that rule, right? I mean, there's going to be some new requirements, some new compliance requirements. So we put together a webinar to inform dealers what the new rule says, also to inform dealers what we were doing. As you know, in January, NADA and TADA filed a lawsuit to stop the FTC vehicle shopping rule. And then shortly after that, TIADA and NIADA teamed up and we filed an amicus brief. So keeping dealers abreast of what's going on in that particular area. And then outside of that, we use Dashboard is the weekly email that we send out. We send out every Wednesday, we send out an email, and there's always at least one article in there that we feel like is the most pressing compliance article or the most pressing regulatory article. And most of the time, we'll have kind of our own comment on that and using that as a platform or as an opportunity to help keep dealers abreast of what's going on and to keep them educated. And then obviously we have our magazine that goes out once a month. I'd say those are some of the things that we're trying to do. And we also collectively as a state, as a national association, we attended 15 different state dealer events. Again, just discussing legislative and regulatory issues. We also implemented a program this year where we're monitoring. There are a handful of states out there where we feel like legislators sometimes are a little bit more aggressive with their legislation. And so we've started monitoring a handful of those states. There are about 12, to be real frank with you. Where we look at every piece of legislation that is filed. And then we had some opportunities. Illinois is one where we were able to lean in and kind of help stop a piece of legislation that we felt like was going to negatively impact the industry. Most of our state associations out there handle all of this on their own, and we're basically here to support them if they need help. But we do have some state associations that need more support than others. And then the last thing I'll mention is our policy conference in Washington, D.C. Giving our members an opportunity to go out and visit with their congressman or visit with their senator and talk about, the issues that are affecting them at their dealership. That is by far the most effective thing that we can do as an association is to put that dealer in front of their legislator. The thing that excites me today is the same thing that has excited me for the last 17 years. It is an ever-changing landscape, and I just enjoy kind of being a part of that. I always say I kind of live vicariously through a number of our, or all of our members, because a lot of times I wish I had the guts to do what they do. But the thing that I think is really exciting, in 2023, used car dealers sold more used cars than franchise dealers. That's the first time that's happened in 13 years. So what that tells me is we know the customers are out there, right? We've got to do everything that we can to help them be able to find the inventory and the capital that we talked about earlier to be able to put those dealers in those vehicles. So if there's something that if I were a member out there, or I were a used car dealer and I was looking to be excited about something, that's a pretty telling number that we had more used car dealers sell vehicles, more used vehicles anyway, than franchise dealers in the last 13 years. So we've got some real opportunities in front of us. We have to help our members find ways to capitalize on that.